Friends, AI tools are becoming more powerful, but for many people, they also feel harder to control. Small changes in input can lead to very different results, and repeated trial and error often turns into frustration instead of progress. That's why working with information in a structured way matters just as much as the tools themselves. My name is Daniel, and in this video, I'll show how I bring clarity into complex ideas using AI and visual systems. The goal is to turn scattered thoughts into something organized, actionable, and easier to work with in real situations. At the core of this workflow is Xmind. It's not just about creating mind maps, but about switching between different thinking modes, depending on the task. Whether that's visual planning, linear outlining, or focused work without distractions, this flexibility is what makes Xmind useful across very different roles, from individual planning to team collaboration and project execution. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description after watching this video. There might be some nice discounts there. Let's jump right in. So mates, let's start with the basics. Xmind is a mind mapping tool designed to help organize complex ideas clearly and visually. Instead of working with long documents or scattered notes, it lets you place everything into a single structure, where relationships between ideas are easy to see. What I also like is that this approach isn't limited to one scenario. The same structure works just as well for educators designing a course curriculum, designers organizing ideas and concepts, or project managers breaking down complex projects into clear phases and tasks. You can start with a rough concept, then gradually add structure, context, and next steps without losing the bigger picture. Everything stays connected, which makes it easier to move from thinking to action. I am starting right from my workspace, where I usually keep all my maps in one place. From here, I am creating a new map. I click Create New and choose the Mind Map option. Guys, the goal is to move from a messy list of thoughts to something I can actually work with. At this point, I already have the core structure of my English study planning in place. I am working inside a clear framework where each part has a specific role and purpose. Everything lives inside one system, so ideas don't get lost. Guys, I'm showing this on a study plan, but this approach works just as well for project planning, teaching, or design work. This is especially useful not just for individuals, but also for teams and educators. Now I move to one of the most important parts of this setup, the study plan branch. This is where consistency is either supported or completely breaks down, depending on how structured the process is. I turn this into a concrete task, instead of leaving it as a vague idea. Guys, once I do that, it becomes part of a real workflow. I can decide how long this phase should last and treat learning as a structured process. To avoid studying randomly, I add supporting layers around this branch, starting with the learning path, which keeps the plan focused and connected over time. When I open this branch, I use AI to generate ideas on demand, but I don't ask for generic suggestions. I guide the generation with clear context, so the output stays relevant and aligned with what I actually want to learn. Mates, as soon as the ideas are generated, they become part of the structure itself. They are no longer floating notes or disconnected thoughts. Each idea fits directly into the study plan and can be expanded or refined into a concrete learning task without breaking the flow. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Instead of switching between different tools and scattered notes, I can see how everything connects at a glance. Every idea has context, and every decision feels easier because it's backed by structure rather than guesswork. I'm not asking myself what to create next anymore. I'm choosing from a system that's already designed to support consistent output. By the end of this step, the study plan is no longer just a list. And that's the moment where content creation stops feeling chaotic and starts feeling manageable, my friends. Here, I move on to the next branch of the system, which focuses on the learning path. Instead of guessing what to study next, I use this part to stay aligned with clear goals and a structured progression over time. This part focuses on identifying what I need to learn next and how different topics connect to each other. It helps me see which areas deserve more attention and how my study priorities should shift over time based on progress and goals. Folks, what I like here is that these topics are not just abstract ideas. They directly shape how I approach learning and help me decide what deserves attention next. By keeping everything inside the map, I can clearly connect new information with my study goals instead of jumping between topics without direction. From there, I switch to course structure, which is where the system becomes even more practical. This branch helps me organize how the course is built instead of guessing what to include or in what order. I use it to structure key topics, recurring problem areas, and feedback from my own progress, so the learning flow stays clear and intentional. The next branch, guys, focuses on learning tools and resources, and this is where planning turns into real practice. I break this down into concrete study tasks, starting with selecting and evaluating materials that actually support my learning goals. I then test how useful they are in real situations, making sure each resource fits naturally into my study routine. After that, I compare these resources based on clear criteria and decide which ones are worth keeping in my study plan. Each step has a clear time frame and priority, which makes it much easier to stay consistent and actually follow through. Mates, what ties all of this together is that nothing lives in isolation. Progress in one area shapes priorities in another, and tools support real application. Because everything stays connected inside one visual system, planning and studying feel much more structured and easier to manage over time. To make the map easier to navigate, I visually highlight different branches, so important areas stand out immediately. This becomes especially useful as the study plan grows and covers long-term goals. Friends, as the mind map becomes more complex, AI helps keep everything under control. With a single action, it reorganizes the structure, groups related topics, and removes visual clutter, turning something messy into a clear and logical system. This way, I can stay focused on learning and making decisions. At this point, I want to show a feature that really helps keep large maps under control, and that's called Zone. To add it, I go to the top menu, click on Insert, and choose Zone. This lets me draw a dedicated area on the canvas and visually group related topics together. Folks, inside this zone, I can add floating topics that aren't forced into the main structure. This keeps the map flexible, especially when you're working with concepts that evolve. Once the zone is in place, I can resize it and clearly separate this block from the rest of the map. Everything inside stays visually connected. When the map starts getting crowded, I can click the checkmark icon on the zone and collapse it instantly. The entire section folds away, leaving the canvas clean and focused. This makes it easy to switch between an overview and detailed work. Guys, this is especially useful when you're working with complex projects, study plans, or brainstorming areas that you want to revisit later. Teams can use zones to separate research, drafts, and final decisions, while educators can group lesson ideas or discussion topics without cluttering the main structure. And once the structure is ready, I can click on Pitch in the top menu, and Xmind instantly turns the mind map into a presentation. Each main branch becomes a slide, and I can walk through the ideas step by step in a clear visual flow. This works not only for presentations, but also for teachers, designers, and project managers who need to explain or align ideas. Instead of rebuilding everything in slides, the map itself becomes the presentation. Next, folks, I click on Gantt, which is part of Xmind's project management features. Right away, my mind map switches into a Gantt chart view. On the left, I see all tasks with start dates and durations, and on the right, the same tasks appear on a timeline. This is where Xmind clearly moves beyond brainstorming and into real project management. Tasks from the mind map turn into scheduled items with dates and dependencies, so I can manage tasks visually, track progress, and plan timelines. Guys, what's especially helpful is that the timeline respects working days, so non-working days are skipped automatically. This makes planning more realistic for long-term projects and team workflows. I can go even deeper by setting project working days. I choose which days count as working days, import a calendar if needed, and add exceptions for specific dates. This way, the schedule reflects how I actually work. Mates, as soon as I apply these settings, the Gantt chart updates instantly. The duration stays realistic, deadlines make sense, And this is especially useful for long-term projects and team planning, where accurate timelines really matter. My friends, that's the overall workflow I use. But more importantly, it shows how Xmind adapts to different needs. Whether you're planning personal goals, building a course, or managing a team project, the same system scales without becoming overwhelming. Instead of juggling scattered notes and thoughts, this approach helps me see the full picture and decide what to focus on next. I personally use this tool and find it helpful in my own work. But whether you choose to use it or not is always up to you. I hope this overview gave you enough context to decide if it fits your workflow and the way you like to work. Friends, before you go, check the links in the description. That's where all the coupons and special offers are. If you want to try the tool, that's the best place to start. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.